Okay guys, it is time for a new update here on the Bitcoin price, because especially within the last few hours we have seen a massive volatile move for Bitcoin to the upside but also to the downside beforehand, and this is already signaling us that the market cannot wait to make its next big decision to decide, are we going to $50,000 to $55,000 or are we reversing back to $36,000, $35,000? I'm going to talk about that in today's video. I will give you an update on my trades. I will tell you exactly what I'm about to do with my long positions depending on which scenario is going to play out, because as always I have prepared some short-term and also long-term charts for you in today's video to give you an exact future prediction for the Bitcoin price. So if you're interested in that, stick around till the very end of this video, and as always guys, I would really appreciate it if you could smash up a like here on today's video. As always, we normally reach 1,000 likes on every single video of mine, so if we haven't reached that already, please make sure to smash up a like. Let's reach the 1,000 likes as always, and also don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell next to the subscription button so you don't miss out on any future uploads. But now let's just jump right into the charts. As you can already see, I am here actually referring to a bearish possible trading scenario, but before we talk about that, we have to look at the bigger time frames to find out why this is actually a possibility. And this is relatively simple. First of all, I already told you guys that we have to get here through this approximate resistance, horizontal resistance zone that in the past was very strong support, right, of approximately $44,800 to $44,000. This is pretty much like the price range. On the bigger time frames, for sure, you cannot define exact prices like you can do on the smaller time frames, but this is approximately the important horizontal resistance we need to break to the upside. As we can already see, Bitcoin is trying that within the last couple of days again and again, but there's no guarantee yet that this is actually confirmed, because for confirmation, as you guys know, we would need to see a break to the upside on the daily time frame, we would need to see a correction, we would need to see a bounce within that horizontal support area, and we would need to then cross the old high point to the upside to see a confirmed breakout. And since that is definitely not the case yet, we cannot really speculate on any bullish price movement here on the daily time frame. It rather looks a little bit bearish if we are not closing this daily candle above the $44,800 level actually. And also looking at the weekly time frame, we just broke below our weekly EMA ribbons, and as you guys know, every time in the past when Bitcoin really has broken below the weekly EMA ribbons, this was actually a sign of the next bear market starting. And in the history of Bitcoin, we didn't manage to break above the weekly EMA ribbons again as soon as we really broke them to the downside. As you guys can see here, we saw a quick fake out but not really a breakout above it. We always then get rejected. So this is actually happening and going on right now for the Bitcoin price. As you guys can see, the last time we broke inside of the weekly EMA ribbons, we bounced. We broke inside of the weekly EMA ribbons, we bounced. This time is different. We really broke below them. We saw now a lot of weekly candles actually closing below, and we have seen that in the past multiple times. Look at here the bull run, right? We have this massive bull run, we bounce inside of the weekly EMA ribbons, we bounce inside of the weekly EMA ribbons, actually exactly two bounces as we also saw here, two bounces inside of the weekly EMA ribbons, we break below them, we see a retest, we get rejected, and we see a further more correction. We get rejected, we see a further more correction, right? This is a definite realistic scenario here for Bitcoin right now, but I think not the most realistic one, because we have a lot of bullish fundamental news, a lot of institutions coming in, and that's why I think history doesn't have to repeat itself. Still, me personally, I'm going to stay very careful as long as we are not closing a weekly candle above the weekly EMA ribbons. And even then, guys, please keep in mind that we cannot for guarantee say that we are going to reach the 11-year resistance again and a new all-time high at approximately $74,000 for Bitcoin, as long as we haven't confirmed that this whole bounce, even if it's happening on the weekly time frame, is not just dead cat bounce. Because what is a dead cat bounce, guys? A dead cat bounce is a bounce that looks very promising, that has a very high percentage gain to lure in all retail traders and the mainstream, and then to just correct down, to wreck them all, to establish another time of FOMO where again people buy high and then sell low, right? This is what a dead cat bounce is about, at least for the big players and the exchanges and so on and so on. And what we can see here is that a dead cat bounce usually happens, or for a dead cat bounce to be completely out of the game and to really get bullish again, we need to break the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level to the upside in the traditional markets. In crypto, we are even talking about the 0.61 Fibonacci retracement level. Why is that? Because the Bitcoin price is for sure way more volatile than in the traditional markets. So we are, or in the best case scenario, since in crypto you have crypto traders but also traditional traders, I would actually look at the 0.5 to 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level as a final resistance area that needs to be broken to the upside to confirm that we are actually now going to form higher lows and so on and reach a new all-time high. So what I'm waiting here for is, first of all, on the smaller time frames, especially here on the hourly time frame, I'm waiting for a bullish breakout out of this possible symmetrical triangle that we are forming here, because this symmetrical triangle actually has a beautiful breakout target of the $74,000 level, and this would definitely boost Bitcoin high enough for, first of all, out of here this possible trend reverse, or not a trend continuation pattern. First of all, we would, if we are pumping here all the way up to the $47,000 level, this possible reversal or this possible downwards continuation gets invalidated. This is the first thing. The second thing is that in the same time we would break above, very clearly we would break above here the daily horizontal resistance that we have between the $44,000 and the $44,800 level, and then we are actually looking at a good chance of reaching the price levels of $50,000 to $55,000 level, where we then will find out if this bull market will continue or not, or if this will just result in a dead cat bounce, in a small fake out above the weekly EMA ribbons, exactly as we have seen it here in the last bull market. As you guys can see here as well, we saw a beautiful pump to the upside, got rejected right above the weekly EMA ribbons, and then saw a big correction. So this is what I'm waiting here for. It's perfect. It's really, if it's a dead cat bounce, we would see the exact same scenario. We, for the first time in this bull run, break below the weekly EMA ribbons, we pump above it, close maybe one weekly candle in between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, get then sold off again, and that would be the exact same as what happened in 2018 when we saw the big correction all the way down to the $3,200 level. And this is why I'm not turning bullish yet. I'm not scaling up my long positions dramatically. I will scale up my long position a little bit to at least profit from this potential breakout all the way up to the $50,000 to $55,000 level. I'm going to do that as soon as we see a confirmed breakout here of this ascending triangle. When is a confirmed breakout, guys? I'm showing it in every single video because I know that there's new viewers also on the channel sometimes. So a confirmed breakout, guys, we need to break to the upside out of this resistance here. We need to see a correction down again. We need to see a bounce with significant volume coming in during the bounce, right during this phase where we see the initial bounce of the past resistance. We need to see good volume coming in. We want to see a volume candle, in the best case bigger than any volume candle you have seen during the chart pattern forming. And then as soon as we break the high point, right, as soon as we then see an hourly candle above the old breakout high point, this is the time when then I will scale up my long positions a little bit, because the chances that we are reaching then the price target of $47,000 are almost at 90%. This is at least what the chart technique tells us. For sure, there can always be a horrible news that, I don't know, Bitcoin mining gets banned globally. I mean, this is now a stupid example because this for sure will never happen, but then Bitcoin for sure can dump, and then the chart patterns cannot do anything about it. But we rarely actually see these kind of news that impact the price of Bitcoin so heavily, maybe once every few months. So I'm not calculating any sell the news event into my trading strategy, because in the worst case then I will just lose a trade, which is completely acceptable if you have the right risk management and you're not going all in every single trade, which is for sure not to be recommended. But guys, I would say now, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash up a like. Let's reach the 1,000 likes, how we do it on every single video. Be prepared if you are following my videos for a long time. You're maybe in this 3x long position as well right now. Maybe you entered at lower prices even if you have missed the entry of when I first started opening this 3x long position. So maybe you even have better entries than me at the moment. So there's a good possibility of scaling up the long positions for potential move all the way up to the $50,000 to $55,000 level as soon as we have a confirmed breakout here out of this ascending triangle. So this is what I'm going to do. if we are failing to break here to the upside, if we are seeing just a fake out or whatever, this would still not mean that I'm closing my long position. As you guys know, I still have 3 Bitcoin here in margin ready. I can even put way more margin into this trade to push the liquidation price down below the $20,000 level, because in any case, even in the most bearish case for Bitcoin, me personally, I'm not expecting the Bitcoin price to fall below our 11-year support, and also not below the 200 weekly moving average, where every single bull market, or where every single bear market has so far actually bottomed out. And this is why I can easily keep this 3x long position open, even if we drop down to the $22,000 level, for example. But like I said, I think this is at the moment a little bit more unlikely than that we are going to pump again, just because of the fundamentals of Bitcoin at the moment. Still, let's not get too much FOMO into us right now, because this dead cat bounce is still a possibility as long as we are not back above the $55,000 level. So actually, I will scale up my trade up a little bit step by step, that I maybe have like around $1 million in position size as soon as we are in this $50,000 to $55,000 position price range, but only if we then break above it with the weekly time frame, we maybe see a bounce confirmation on the weekly EMA ribbons. Only then I will actually start going into multi-million-dollar long positions again to prepare myself for the up run then to the 11-year resistance, at least at the $74,000 level. And as you guys know, the more often a resistance gets tested, the more likely it is that it actually gets broken to the upside. So now we already had here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests in the last year, and then if we're counting the old all-time highs, I mean, we have multiple tests of this 11-year resistance. So with each and every single time we're reaching it, the potential increases again to break it to the upside. And I mean, if we break it to the upside, the price move that we then have to expect for Bitcoin can even be unimaginable for most people at the moment. But I want to be in big long positions if that happens. I want to have my multi-million-dollar trades open so I can really profit off this massive run up then, and maybe even on the way up then at some point scale up this long position once again, so I get one of my record holding positions of $19 million or $25 million in the case that this 11-year resistance breaks. I mean, I want to for sure have a record trade of multi-$10 million in position size. But we will see. It will take some time, multiple weeks to find out. So for now, let's just keep an eye on the smaller time frames. Let's keep an eye here on the daily time frame. Let's keep an eye here on this ascending triangle, and then I'm going to update you with what happened and what we have to expect next in tomorrow's video. Also, guys, keep in mind, I'm still hosting a $5,000 giveaway in cooperations with Galactic Islands. Galactic Islands is sponsoring that giveaway. Within one day, they already are above 2,000 followers. Twitter engagement very strong. So I think this project will be very interesting. As you guys know, I'm involved there as well, and big things are coming. So if you I mean, I cannot say too much. This is I cannot say anything that maybe I know right now, because I know the team and stuff. So guys, stick around, follow this Twitter account. I can already tell you it will be worth it. You don't want to miss out on it. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, now smash up a like. Let's reach 1,000 likes, and then we are going to see us in the next one. Till then, bye.